Welcome to our class of have to, has to, and had to. In this class, we are going to learn how do we make sentences with these. When do we use this? So number one, we use this to talk about responsibilities. What is the meaning of responsibilities? Responsibilities in Turkish, sorumluluklar. So we talk about things we have to do, our responsibilities, for example, at work, our responsibilities around the house, for example, in your house, in your home, what do you have to do? For example, you were the mother, you were the little sister, you were the elder sister, you are the husband, you are the brother. What do you have to do? What are your responsibilities? So let's make a question first, then answer it. What are your responsibilities at work? It's a question. So, işte sorumluluğun nedir? What are your responsibilities? Or what do you have to do? What do you have to do at your job? For practice, try to change at work with at home. So what are your responsibilities at home? Question. What do you have to do at school? In class? So for practice for this topic, write in your notebook what you have to do at home, at work, at school, what you have to do as the manager of your company. What do you have to do as the manager of your company, as the teacher? What do you have to do? What are your responsibilities? So we say, for example, I have to, let's say, as the teacher, I have to help my students understand the English language. So I have to help my students have fun learning English. This is my responsibility. I have to help them understand English. I have to find materials. I have to find materials for my students. I have to motivate my students. Sometimes they feel bad about their development. It's my job to say, no, you're doing great. Keep going. So I have to motivate my students. So at your work, at your school, in your notebook, write down what you have to do. And to make this a lot more useful, try to add details. How do we add details? We use the 5WH questions. 5WH questions. check out a video about this. So I'm going to give you an example here. I have to, let's use this. I have to find materials for my students. I'm going to say when. I usually do this in my free time. What materials do I find? I find different materials. Why? Because if we use the same materials, my students will get bored and I will get bored. We both will not be happy. So I find different materials to keep our learning process interesting. So in your notebook, write down your responsibilities at work or your responsibilities at home. For example, you're the mother or you're the father. What are your responsibilities? Do you have to do housework? Do you have to do grocery shopping? Or you don't have to do anything? You may say, I don't have to do anything at home because my mom does everything. Or I don't have to do anything because someone comes at our house and helps us do everything. For example, cooking, cleaning, so we don't have to do anything. So don't have to do, the negative form. We say we don't have to. Let's take this out. So we say we don't have to. We don't have to clean the house every day. Once again, details, long sentences, if possible. So we don't have to clean the house every day because somebody comes at home and helps us do that. Because somebody comes and helps us clean every Tuesday, for example. So we don't have to clean the house. Do you have to clean the house every day? Do you have to cook every day? No, we don't have to cook every day because we eat from outside or we order food at home. So we don't have to clean, we don't have to cook. But my mom has to prepare breakfast because breakfast is super important. So have to, has to. Talk about responsibilities in our life, at work, outside, in relationships, for example, as a husband, as a wife. What are your responsibilities to the people in your life? What do you have to do? As a student, do you have to do homework? What are your responsibilities? And you can use this when you're talking about when you go for a job interview. You can say, in my previous job, I had to. So you talk about your responsibilities in your old job. In my previous job, I had to read emails, I had to answer calls, I had to file the documents, I had to prepare meetings. So this is very good when you go for a job interview. So you can say, I had to answer calls, organize meetings, etc. So, responsibilities at work and at home, all in relationships, everywhere. Thank you for that. Let's continue. When else do we use have to, has to, and had to? When something is necessary. So necessity. Meaning gereklilik. For example, we have to buy some sugar. We don't have sugar, so we need it. It's not a responsibility. So look there, look. We have to buy some sugar. There is no sugar at home. We have to go early, or we will miss the plane. And you get a clue. If we don't leave the house early, we will miss the plane. So it's necessary to go to the airport early, or I have to be at work early today because I couldn't finish my work. It's not a responsibility. According to my boss, I have to be at work at 8, but I have a lot of work. So I feel I have to. Normally this is from inside. I have to do this. You feel you need to do this. Or, for example, for me, I have to drink a lot of water every day because it helps me feel energetic. I have to drink a lot of water. So it's not a responsibility, it's a necessity. I have to exercise because I need to be healthy. So I have to, necessity. What do you have to do to be healthy? For example, before you sleep, what do you have to do? For example, before I sleep, I have to take care of my hair. It's a necessity, it's not a responsibility, it's a necessity, it's necessary. I have to brush my teeth. It's a necessity. What do you have to do every day to be healthy? What do you have to do every day to improve yourself? Those are the questions I'm leaving with you. Before we finish, there are extra beautiful things that you can use instead of have to, has to, had to. You can say, you will have to. You will have to call the neighbors if you hear any noises. So you can either say you have to call the neighbors if you hear any noises, or you have to call the police. Let's say police. Police can do a lot of things. You have to call the police if you hear any noises. For example, you're home and you hear noise. You have to call the police. For example, you can use this in the future, of course. You'll have to call the police. You'll have to wake up early if you want to catch the bus. You'll have to wake up early. Or we can say, for have to, you've got to. You've got to exercise every day. So you've got to exercise every day to be healthy. You've got to do something that helps you learn English. For example, watch movies every day. So you've got to watch movies every day. You've got to wake up early. You've got to sleep early. So you've got to exercise every day, for example. Or you'll have to call the police. Or you'll have to drink tea without sugar. Zorunda Carl Jackson, Gibi. So this is Zorunda Carl Jackson. You'll have to. Seslash Duyarsan, Police Aramak Zorunda Carl Jackson. In the future, you've got to exercise every day. Simple present. Hergin. Sporiap Max Zorundasan. And if we say we had to, or zorunda kaldım. I had to call the police because I had noises. So I had to. Zorunda kaldım. So zorunda kaldım, zorunda kalacaksın, yapmam lazım. Öğrendik. Thank you so much for watching this. I hope it was very helpful. I hope you write the answers to these questions. Thank you so much once again. See you next time. Bye-bye. And in our next class, we shall work on the other modal verbs. Take care. Bye-bye.